A lot of things have changed. Time has passed. People have grown. I've lost, then won, and lost again. Even in transition, I never forgotten about the ones who never gave up on me. Even tried to carry the ones who did. I've grown as a result. Tired, hungry, lost focus, even doubted my vision. All it took was a reminder. And now we here. Take your time before you give them more, was the knowledge drop from my sensei. Now I'm feeling like it's overdue, cause these other niggas starting to celebrate. I can get it back whenever I want it, trust me homie, you know the lane mine. One of the few that really got the juice, rated simply orange with the paid lines. It's game time, feeling better than ever. Bone dry cause I'm chasing each other. Zoned out, had to get it together, tighten up my circle, just birds of a feather. Other feathers I had to sever. Ain't no more talking, no interruptions, I just call the plays. Ain't no more discussions, either run the money or some readjusting. Got these niggas looking like they seen a ghost, I'm the same nigga with a different flame. Rebounding from a couple losses, so a better knowledge in a different aim. Still trying to get it out the mud, same nigga hollering fuck the fame. What a time I said I'm Kyrie, right now I'm LeBron James.
Got an aunt that's involved in gospel music. She from Chicago, Illinois, and then my father, he was just an absolute music connoisseur, buying all the albums, early 80s and the 90s, well not necessarily the 90s, but the 80s, 70s, Motown era, you know, that era, Prince, Michael Jackson, so being around music a lot, always piqued my interest and made music a part of my life.
Yeah.
Once I found out that creative writing of poetry was what rap is, basically, that enabled me to be able to take interest in becoming a rap artist. So that's what got me started with the industry, and then just being interested or want to know about how music make money or how to make recording sound good. That made me take interest in engineering and then music business. So that's how I got into the industry.
Nice. So who inspired you growing up?
Inspiring me growing up as far as rap artists are concerned, I'd say Nate Dogg, Busta Rhymes, Will Smith off top.
Oh yeah.
Just being absolutely universal and being able to be seen in any medium, no limitations because of the content.
Yeah.
He was very inspiring to me, as well as David Banner. When I moved to Mississippi, found out about Mississippi artist David Banner, Kamikaze, so on and so forth. Those would be my influences. And Diddy with the Bad Boy movement, running the label successfully, and Timberland as far as production is concerned. Yeah. So I had a lot of different people that I kind of tapped into and pulled from to be able to influence me and motivate me to do music.
All right then. So to talk about the scene here, what was it like trying to get into the music scene here in Jackson?
It was chess. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to figure out. At the time that I came onto the scene, there was a lot more going on for independent artists as far as events, open mics, things of that nature. It was more because we had venues like Floods, which then became Houston's, that you could go to every Wednesday and Thursday, and they had something going on for independent artists to participate in. So it was just basically just finding the right timing, being confident in your music enough to test it out, let people judge you, you know what I'm saying? And that's really what it was like, just transitioning. Networking was a big piece, because if you network, the more you network, the more shows you got, the more opportunities you knew about, you know what I'm saying, and creating an actual culture based around music here. So
Nice.
yeah.
So what was it like to try and make connections when you were coming on to the scene?
It was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it was dope because people were receptive. You know what I'm saying? If you were doing music, all you had to say was, I'm an artist and I'm trying to be X, Y, Z. It's like, okay, cool, where your music? You know, how can I hear it? You know, what you selling it for? So they were quick to support the music and actually put forth an effort to give you the opportunity just by listening to your music, which made it dope. And everybody was very receptive and also honest. They'll tell you if you wasn't jamming, you know what I'm saying, to try something else or take your music and kind of critique you and let you know what you would do better.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice. So, who in specific was a big help to you whenever you came onto the scene?
I say Northside Leak, 80s Babies, Houston. That establishment really was the biggest help, as well as being under a label imprint coming off Mile High Music Group. Our movement and the way that we move and complemented each other enabled us to be seen a lot quicker than other people, because it's not often that you see a conglomerate of artists that move cohesively and actually make an imprint and make it easy for you to remember what it is that they had going on. So the level of branding that we took and established early on enabled people to be able to familiarize themselves with the brand as well as the artist that was involved. And Northside Lee and Teasy and Vance, they helped us establish that dominance in a sense by opening that venue to us.
Nice. All right. So, how much has the scene here in Jackson changed since you've been a part of it?
It's evolved in a multitude of ways. Just by a lot of the venues that we had that was available to us, either they don't exist anymore, or worse, they just don't do the events. You know what I'm saying? So it's evolved in a sense that it's a lot more dependent on what it is that you do to touch the people. You know, if you're networking, if there are events that are happening, are you going to those events? Like, it's really self-dependent. Artists don't really have homes now here. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere that you can go to consistently on a weekend basis and perform and meet artists. You know, really cultivate your sound and test performing and see what your weaknesses are. But it's evolved in a sense that it's a lot more artists from my generation of artists who are attempting to help the younger generation of artists not have to go through the same things that we went through, showing them the way, showing them how they can better market and promote themselves and brand themselves. So it's slowly turning into a culture of a community as opposed to just being a free fall.
I got you. So y'all really growing together.
Right. Growing together, and it's dope because I think that's going to be the biggest key to us creating something bigger than what we've ever had before.
So look into that. So how fast would you say y'all are growing?
I'd say rapidly. And it can only get faster if we create an ecosystem or a network that enables the same thing to continue to happen, the same way that my generation was able to come in and we took advantage of the venues, we created the networks, the people that we know, connecting the dots with the generation above us. If we continue to do the same thing with the generations under us, they continue to reach out. We don't close them out, actually open up and let them know the resources that we got, try to help them not go through the same cycle. Then the generation beneath us do the same thing. It's only going to get bigger. You know what I'm saying? And by generations, I mean every 2-3 years you got new artists coming onto the scene. You know what I'm saying? So a generation might not be a 10-year separation. It might just be 2 or 3 or 5. You know what I'm saying? Younger artists like Young Jules, Dale Mac, Joker Boy, they might have people or artists that they encounter that's younger than them that look at them like OGs right now. Even though, you know what I'm saying, they're younger. They would have artists who look up to them. So it's up to them to cultivate them artists in the same manner and keep the cycle going.
So where do you see the music scene here in the next 2 to 3 years, I would say? Immediate future, kind of?
Booming. for lack of better words, booming. I think with artists like myself and different entities that's involved in the music, outside of being an artist, really working hard to try to create outlets so that our artists won't have to run the larger markets or move the larger markets, and in turn we lose the talent to larger markets. It's a lot more people attempting to create those bridges. So if we're able to successfully create the bridges and enable to bring the industry to Mississippi, that will in turn open up again, make everything bigger than what it is. Because I think the biggest problem that we have right now, as far as sustainability for our artists, not only is the fact that we don't have an ecosystem or enough funds going through the artists to be able to consistently get paid for shows, consistently have venues to go to, consistently do this, consistently do that. We don't have outlets. We could be booming in Jackson. We can drop and do 10,000 views or 10,000 streams, and in other markets that 10,000 would equate to you bubbling out and being able to reach other masses. I'll just kind of stop here because we don't have outlets. And that's not to discount anything that the internet gives us. Of course, the internet is the working tool, but it would be easier if we had a larger ecosystem and outlets to push it out to those larger markets to assist in what it is that we do. So in the next couple of years, I think it'll be larger than ever.
All right, so I guess that kind of answers next thing I was getting at, because I kind of want to reference to other larger scenes, like out in Atlanta, things like that. Right. So what do you think it'll, I guess to piggyback off that, what do you think it'll take to really get to that point?
Revenue, consistent revenue, not just revenue. Anybody can get booked for one show, get paid $500 here, and then not get another paid gig for 3 months. Artists can't live like that. You know what I'm saying? Because in order for you to be a full-time artist, reach your full potential, you need to be able to consistently be able to fund not only your business, but your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? How it really is that you're living. If you have families, whatever the case may be, you need to be able to consistently do it. So once we're able to create outlets, be able to get in with a lot of the different things that other markets have to offer, such as opportunities, the industry consistently coming through Jackson and having to pass through, maybe taking our performance venues and making it to where larger artists, B, C, A-list artists can have the opportunity to book their tour stops here. You know what I'm saying? And create that type of revenue and that type of traction and grow independent artists on them sets and let them perform in front of those. Those are just things that help further progress our artists as opposed to just doing the bare minimums or the least because that's all we got, you know?
Yeah, I feel you. All right, cool. I guess just to finish on that then, so where would you say, I guess, how do you feel about yourself within this music culture here?
I feel great. Because, I've had a lot of times to be selfish and I chose to be selfless. So that enabled me to be respected a little bit more. Different things was going on tour with Crit, opening for Crit multiple times, the ESPN placement, having my music on ESPN, and none of those times or opportunities did I change who I was for the scene. You know what I'm saying? I didn't stop coming around, I didn't stop trying to help the next artist. So I think with me, I'm in a prime position to continue to help the next generations to come. You know what I'm saying? All I have to do is continue to branch out and grow to ensure that I'm bringing value back to.
Absolutely. Cultivate the culture.
Exactly. Bring value back to the culture and ensure that people here are able to benefit off the paths that I want.
Stacks on my mind. All I see is green on my dinner plate, bout to up my grind. Kill this here from state to state, take my time with this arithmetic. Nickel and dime trying to get me shit, cause this check the check ain't what I'm checking for, trying to dry my pockets. And with my wrist I ain't focused on status. But when I get it, I promise I'm killing niggas. Make me easy to reach. Act like I'm sleep when they reach. I kill them niggas, gave a mile of slack. 2 years of silence and still I ain't impressed. Dropped 3 singles, 1 EP, and y'all still ain't got my best.